Hello, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you will have a good Shabbos, a enjoyable and uplifting one. As always, the Erev Shabbos video Dvar Torah, after listening to it and all the associated Torah, should be a merit for everyone in Israel, especially the hostages that remain in Gaza. Today is day 434. Incredible that the number continues to go up with reportings of a possible release. We continue to daven for them. As always, continuing to daven for the soldiers who are fighting, all of their respective families, and all of Israel. In the beginning of this week's Parsha, Yaakov Avinu, with the entire family, has returned to Israel, and very soon after crossing the border and entering the land, he will encounter Esav. Yaakov sends messengers to find out what Esav wants, what are his intentions, and the messengers return saying that Esav has 400 armed men and he is marching towards us. What is Yaakov Avinu's response? How does he feel? What is his emotional reaction? The Torah describes, Vayira Yaakov Ma'od. And Yaakov was very afraid. Or we would translate it, and Yaakov was terrified. Vayetzerlo, and he was distressed. The question is, why was Yaakov afraid? Did he not trust Hashem? Did he not believe in Hashem? Did he not have Emunah, the theme of our Erev Shabbos videos? Hashem had actually promised Yaakov that he would return him safe and whole. So why is Yaakov afraid? And more broadly, we can ask, if someone truly believes in Hashem, if someone truly trusts Hashem, does that mean they should never be worried? They should never be afraid because they place their trust in Hashem? The Gemara tells the following brief story. Rabbi Yishmael, Talmida, Rabbi Ka'azal Basrei, Rabbi Yishmael, Rabbi Yossi, Bashuka. Rabbi Yishmael had a certain student that would always follow him. He was following him one day in the marketplace, sometimes as an expression of love, devotion to a Rebbe, but here it seemed overbearing and unhealthy. And he saw Chazi Dekam Fached, and he saw that the student was anxious, just constantly worrying, have a certain demeanor of being nervous. Amrlei, and Rabbi Shmuel said to him, Chata'at, are you a sinner? Why are you so afraid? What are you so worried about? Do you carry a guilt upon you? If you trust Hashem, if you have Emunah, so there's no reason to be afraid. You should live a happy life. You should be confident. You should be calm. Dichsiv, the verse says, Hachadu b'tzion chataim. It is sinners who are afraid. People who live Torah and mitzvah lives, people who have Emunah, people who live with Hashem, people who believe that there's someone watching over them, that there's a plan, they overall will be more calm. They'll be able to handle the stresses of life, the challenges of life. They'll be generally happy and positive. You're not supposed to be nervous and afraid. That is not the Torah way. The student responded, Amalei said to him, Vahaksiv, but there's another pasuk in Mishlei. Ashrei Adam mefachei tamid. How praiseworthy is the person who is always afraid. Amalei, Rabbi Shmuel the Rebbe, responded to him, Hahu, b'divrei Torah ksiv. No, that is only regarding matters of Torah. What did he mean? Returning to our parsha, Yaakov was very afraid. He was distressed. Two comments of the Medrash. The Medrash asks, why was he afraid? He was worried, Shema yigrom lo achi, because maybe he had sinned. He knew Hashem would keep his word. He knew Hashem has the ability to keep his word, but maybe he no longer was deserving of Hashem's protection or promises. He was worried about something within him. He was not really afraid of Esav, of the threat. He was worried that he was not worthy. Similarly, another Medrash says he was afraid, he was distressed. Rashi quotes this Medrash. Nisyare, he was afraid. Shema yeharig, maybe he would be killed. Vayetzerlo, when he was distressed. Shema yeharog, maybe he would unjustly kill. He was worried about his own self, his own responsibilities, his own duties, his own righteousness. Was he worthy? If a person has Emunah, it is true that the stronger our Emunah is, that will rid ourselves of certain anxieties and stresses. We will not be afraid of outside forces. We will know that Hashem can protect us from them. And we will know that Hashem is watching and has a plan. And therefore, a Baal Emunah should, in general, not have anxieties. Again, that's the struggle of having proper, full, complete Emunah. But in general, Emunah rids ourselves of anxieties. And as Rabbi Shmuel taught his student, you should not be afraid. You should not be worried so much. However, a Baal Emunah will still have worries. A Baal Emunah will sometimes be afraid. A Baal Emunah will sometimes dive into Hashem out of fear and worry because they are worried that they are not worthy. If you believe in Hashem, then you know that life is meaningful. If you believe in Hashem, you know that you believe that He has commanded you the mitzvahs in general and a specific life purpose to serve Him and to improve this world, to bring godliness into this world. Are we living up to that? And that causes anxiety, that causes worries, that causes fears. Maybe I am not fulfilling my duty. However, that is a fear that is constructive. It is not a fear of some power beyond us that we cannot control. It is a fear rooted within ourselves, and that fear should motivate us in constructive ways, motivate us to turn to Hashem to daven, motivate us to improve ourselves, to rededicate ourselves, and that fear is a Torah fear. That is what Rishmal said. Hahu b'divrei Torah ksiv. The Baal Emunah, the person who has faith, is not worried about the forces beyond him, but yes, he is worried, so to speak, about his own divrei Torah, his own matters of Torah mitzvos. Is he living up to what Hashem has called him to do? And even in those moments of fear, the Baal Emunah davens to Hashem like Yaakov and finds support and strength. May we all have such emunah that helps us not be consumed by unhealthy fears, by unhealthy anxieties, by unhealthy worries. Hashem is watching, Hashem is protecting us, Hashem is a plan. But our emunah should be strong enough to motivate us to look inside, to make sure we are living up to our potential. And if we are worried we are not, we turn to Hashem, we daven to Him. He will give us the help, support, and direction that we need to grow even stronger. Everyone should have a good Shabbos and Shabbat Shalom.